on this list, do you know off the top of your head which of these assets were not originally approved in the budget process last year?
Because I don't have the list in front of me, Supervisor, I'm not aware. I know that during budget time we did talk about the boat. We did talk about the ICOP in-car digital radios, which are digital cameras, which are in place and are in full operation right now.
I recall that. What is a 2007 3H Morgan-built Brav?
Is that the trailer? Yes. Okay. Animal Care and Control has had a problem with livestock, and livestock has presented a unique situation, a unique problem for law enforcement and for Animal Care and Control. When livestock get loose in the middle of the night, basically the county doesn't have a trailer which we've been able to dispatch to the location, pick up the critter, for lack of better words, and transport it to safe locations to get it off the highway. And the California Highway Patrol came to us in January, and they were greatly concerned because their state traffic officers were being tied up for hours at times when the county could not dispatch a trailer. And so we purchased a 4-horse trailer for, I believe, $6,500, close to it. And it's been delivered. It's over at the sheriff's office. It's going to be fully marked, Mendocino County Sheriff's Office, and we've told Animal Care and Control that they're more than welcome to use it at any time, 24/7, for the purpose that I talked about. In the summer months, it'll also be used to transport marijuana, and it'll also be used to transport seized assets during asset seizures.
Morgan typically builds horse trailers. Is that a horse trailer or a stock trailer?
It's a horse trailer. It's not a featherweight. It's a very light, or it's very sturdy metal horse trailer.
Because are we typically having horses loose in the middle of the night, or is it?
We do, Supervisor. Sure, we have cows, we have horses, we have sheep.
Loading cattle in a horse trailer is a difficult challenge. A stock trailer, obviously is a lot easier.
Right.
For its multi-use. But I wasn't aware we had such a runaway livestock problem. Usually when that occurs, because ours have done that, neighbor, and we've put them in as well, into a neighbor's place, and they're held. So the extent of the issue or the problem is news to me. I know it does happen, but I wasn't aware it was happening on such a regular basis. The boat, and remind me what the grant funding was from?
The Boating and Waterways growth.
Okay.
They supplied $80,000 towards a $111,000 purchase.
So, in regard to the process, everything that is going to be purchased with asset forfeiture funds, assets, will be coming here for approval first from this point forward? If it's
We'll be following the procedure of the county, yes, sir. I assure you, if we're buying a small item, if you want me to come to you with everything, I will.
There's a process. You're correct.
I'll follow the process, yes, sir. And as far as the trailer goes, Supervisor, we did meet with the Mendocino Cattlemen's Association 2 months ago to discuss the situation, and we agree that the vast majority of situations can be taken care of by talking to neighbors. Unfortunately, not everyone's as neighborly as we'd like for them to be, and sometimes there's no other location to put a animal other than to take it. We've met with the Ukiah Auction Yard. Unfortunately, we haven't come to a successful conclusion of where we can store it. We're meeting with the fair. There's several things that we need to take care of, but the truth is, at 2 o'clock in the morning when there's a loose cow on the highway, it has to be taken care of. There's no other exception, and once we're aware of it, then we take care of it. And if one of our options is to get a trailer there and to get it into the trailer, that's what we'll do.
No, understood. Okay, that's all I've got on it. I think the CEO had some comments, Mr. Chairman.
Is that right? Go to the CEO first. Okay.
I was just going to mention that we try and anticipate through the budget possible as much as possible the sheriff's needs for fixed assets, but asset forfeiture by its very nature, there could be additional funds come in during the course of the year, so that fund could increase and necessitate us coming back to your board with a different spending plan. So it's unfortunate. It will create some more paperwork for us to do, depending upon how well the fund does. But that is the new procedure, is we'll get you everything we can at budget time. If we have a change during the course of the year, it'll be an amendment to the fixed asset list.
Supervisor Pinches.
A couple things. First of all, before you need a trailer, you're going to have a horse and somebody with a rope to catch one cow on the road. I mean, but yeah. Anyways, I got a question on the one vehicle. I thought that the vehicles were that goes in the vehicle replacement fund, and why is one vehicle separated out through asset forfeiture?
Which vehicle, Supervisor?
Well, there's a $27,000 Ford Explorer 4x4 here. I just thought that all vehicles were tracked through the vehicle replacement fund, basically, and kept track of through the General Service Agency. So why is one vehicle separated out?
Our business manager, Norm Thurston, can explain.
Norm Thurston. It's my understanding the vehicle replacement fund was running pretty low. We wanted some more vehicles. We had asset forfeiture funds available, so the decision was made to use it to purchase an additional vehicle.
But the care and whatnot of that vehicle will be handled through the General Service Agency?
Yes.
Right, okay. Another question, containers and quad runners, you call them here. Those are items that you normally confiscate, right, on a drug bust?
Well, Supervisor,
I mean, my question
I've been down this road before.
Why are you buying them when it's something that you normally?
Because I'm not going to break federal law, Supervisor, and I'm not going to use equipment that the seizure laws do not allow us to use. I'll use it if the laws allow us to use it, but they don't.
Okay.
And if we get caught using them, Supervisor, what will happen is not only will we have to return the money to the federal government, but we'll also be put on a list where we will not be able to be eligible for asset seizures in the future, and I'm not going to violate those laws and ordinances, which are very, very black and white spelled out.
Okay, and those have been violated in the past, haven't they?
Laws have changed recently. I'm not aware of those laws being violated, but we're not going to use it. Right now, I have several generators I would love to disperse to fire departments around the county, but I'm not going to because the law doesn't allow us to do it.
That's a simple answer. That's great. I think that's all I have.
Any other comments? Sheriff, I have some comments. The fixed asset budgetary items were the camera and the boat. Operating expenses, equipment is going to come forward every day a need for. You're the expert, you're the elected official to run your department. The problem I have is a change to the fixed asset list with purchases being made before we're aware of them. So if the procedure, if we move back to the standard procedure, that a need is identified, it's come to us for the transfer of the funds, whatever it takes, then the purchase takes place. It puts us in a position of being to objectively discuss the item instead of, and don't get me wrong, Tom, you know I support public safety 100%, correct?
That's correct, Supervisor.
Thank you. But what I'm after is, and I have to be careful because I don't want to be flippant about this. I don't want to get into a situation where we were 2, 3, 4 years ago with another department head that went out and flippantly used his forfeit seizure money and then just expected us to accommodate his beck and call. I don't think you would ever achieve that level with us. I just need assurances that we'll know about changes in operations with purchases of equipment beforehand instead of after fact. Those are my comments. And hearing the procedures will be